Hey guys, so let me show you the next kind of project I'm working on here at the Cottle Creek cabin. You see these boards here? They're rough on one side and planed on the other. But here's what I want you to see, if I can show you, right here. You see how it has those little holes in it? Well, what I realized after I had cut all this wood, I shouldn't say all this wood, there were 3 pieces of this wood. And I cut them and I brought them over here and I started cutting them to size to do what I wanted to do. And I realized they have powder post beetles in them. There's not another piece of wood in that cabin that I know of that has a beetle in it. And powder post beetles, they're obnoxious, they're annoying. They're little bitty tiny beetles, but they leave dust piles everywhere they go. And so I'm gonna show y'all what we're gonna do to try to get rid of these powder post beetles, because I don't wanna infect the rest of the cabin with it, but I really wanna use this wood because it's 14 inches wide and 14-inch boards are hard to come by and I don't wanna let them go to waste. So come on, we're gonna go on. We're gonna try a couple of different things to see if we can't get rid of these beetles. It's not easy because they bore so far down into the wood and you can't, it's not like you can just spray them with some spray. It doesn't work that way, right? Plus, you don't want to stain the wood or tint the wood or do anything that this color is. So you got to be careful. All right, come on, we'll go check it out. Here's a good example of a powder post hole, and I want to show you just for reference. You see how small it is, and these boards have several in them. I did have a piece of furniture one time that I took a hypodermic needle and I injected every hole with an insecticide and killed all of the beetles. That might be a beetle sitting there looking at us right now. I can't tell because I don't have my glasses on, but I can tell there's something in that hole. Let me just tell you, buddy, you better move. Your day is coming if you don't get out while the getting's good. Anyway, I don't want to inject all these. I don't have a hypodermic needle and I don't have that insecticide anymore either. And I got a better plan, I think. All right, this is my buddy Mark Chavers. Mark is a longtime friend, and we in that building right there is where we have our Saturday morning Bible study.
Yes, sir.
Mark is not only a good friend but a fine Christian man, and he came to me I don't know what, a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yes, sir.
And he said, hey, look, our Bible study we've been having it Saturday mornings at a restaurant, and that restaurant was closed. Now Mark said, hey, I got this place we can do it at, and that building has a kitchen in it. So every morning, you and Miss Karen, y'all get up and cook us breakfast, and
yes, sir.
Every Saturday morning, and we come over here and we have a good meal and a good Bible study too, don't we?
Yes, sir, we do.
But more than that, Mark is a guy who like, you know, there's just some people that you know that if you got a little problem, you can't quite figure it out, they'll figure it out. So y'all remember I had the cabinet doors that we made out of wood that had powder post beetles in them, and I knew there was a way to fix it, and Mark helped me figure that out. So Mark, first tell us what this contraption is right here.
It's my grill that I use catering and doing some cooking here at the house, and it works for about all occasions.
And so normally you have big old racks of ribs or Boston butts or briskets or something on it.
Yes, sir.
But that ain't what we got on it today, is it, Mark?
Amen.
What do we got on there?
We got some wood on there for some doors.
That's right. Show it. Let's see what it looks like. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So these are those same cabinet doors, and Mark's got the temperature. Let me show you right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's about 180 degrees. Mm-hmm. And we learned that if you'll roast wood for 4 hours at 160 degrees or more, then it will kill all the bugs in it. And so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kill them bugs.
Yes, sir.
So hopefully, let me do it like this so we can see. So hopefully we'll come back here in about 3 more hours.
Yes, sir.
and we will not have burnt anything down. Right? If
I think we're good.
If I look out on the horizon now and I see that big plume of smoke, I'm just going
Right.
to tell Miss Karen I don't know a thing about what he's talking about.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
All right. We thank y'all. I'll give you an update. If this works, tomorrow I'm going to hang these cabinet doors, so we'll give you an update then. Thank you, Mark, for all
Yes,
your
sir.
help, too.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here we are. It's the next day. It's now Saturday morning. We just got through with Bible study, and here's all our wood in the grill. Mark, how long did we cook the wood?
4.5 hours.
And what was give us a idea how hot it was.
I got it set on 200.
And so it stayed pretty much constant 200 degrees for 4.5 hours.
Yes, sir.
And so here's the remarkable thing to me is like the wood doesn't have any charring or you can't see any ill effects at all. Mm-hmm. But what we hope is, see those little holes right there? That's where powder post beetles lived.
Okay.
See these little holes right here? That's where powder post beetles live. If our plan is sound, we have cooked those powder post beetles to death.
Okay.
And now this wood should be safe to put in the Cottle Creek cabin.
Yes, sir.
So thank you, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
You're a good friend and a good man. All right, so we're down here at the barn and I'm unloading these doors from the truck, and they have been cooked at about 200 degrees for about 4 hours, and a little over 4 hours actually. And here's one of the things that happened is it cooked the sap out of the trees, right? And so now what we're going to do is take them and run them through the planer real quick. That's going to cut just a thin layer right off the top and take that board back down to a smooth, fine finish that'll be ready to be hung. So we're going to run them through the planer real quick, and then we're going to take them to the cabin and hopefully get them hung. So this planer was at Eglin Air Force Base down in Fort Walton Beach area, Panama City area of the Florida Panhandle when Hurricane Sally, maybe Michael, I'm not sure which one of the hurricanes that's come through in the last 7 or 8 years pulled the roof off the building apparently, and a hurricane will pick up salt water out of the Gulf and take it miles inland. And so actually the planer was in pretty bad shape. They scrapped it, and I happened to find it at the salvage yard, and they were about to put it in a big shredder and shred it up, and I said, hey, I'll buy it from you. And so I bought it from them. I took a wire brush and a wheel, and we worked for days and days and days and got all of the rust and corrosion off and greased and lubed all of the gears and all the mechanisms, took the old motor out, put a new motor in, and now it's good as new. This planer's planed thousands of board feet for me just because I was willing to invest a little time and take something old and make it new again. And aren't you glad Jesus would do that for you too?